My dear friend, have you ever felt as though your presence alone shifts the energy in a room, drawing both admiration and unease? It's not by chance. You carry something extraordinary within you, a divine power that sets you apart. What if I told you that your life is not only a reflection of your faith, but a living testament to God's justice, love, and timing? Imagine being the vessel through which divine order is restored, a role so profound that even your trials carry a greater purpose. Before we dive deeper, I want to pause and express my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has supported this journey, especially through super thanks. Your kindness fuels these messages of hope and inspiration. If this resonates with your spirit, let's light up the comments with 999 as a declaration of faith and divine alignment. Now, let me ask you this. Have you wondered why challenges seem drawn to you as though they're testing the very core of your being? Or why, no matter the obstacles, you rise stronger, often leaving those who doubted you in awe? Today, we'll uncover the spiritual truths behind these experiences and why being chosen means you're the embodiment of God's justice and grace in a world longing for redemption. Stay with me as we unravel the extraordinary role you play in the grand tapestry of God's plan, because your story, your light, and your mission are far more powerful than you might yet realize. God's chosen ones, you are the living embodiment of karma. Have you ever wondered if your sensitivity and empathy are signs of something far greater, an indicator of a divine purpose? There exist remarkable individuals in this world who carry within them an extraordinary spiritual strength, so profound that it not only sustains them, but also influences the lives of those around them. These people are often described as highly sensitive individuals, HSPs. But their true nature runs far deeper. Spiritually, they are karma personified, reflecting the consequences of actions back to their source. What does it mean to carry a light so powerful that it shields you from harm? This unique phenomenon stems from a special light within these individuals, a light gifted by God Himself. It is a form of divine protection acting as a spiritual mirror. When harm, deceit, or malice is directed toward them, this light reflects the negativity back, not as revenge but as divine justice. The Bible speaks of this protective justice in Isaiah 54:17. No weapon forged against you will prevail, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord. Could your trials be preparing you for something extraordinary? Consider the story of David and Saul. King Saul, consumed by jealousy, sought to harm David numerous times, throwing spears and plotting his death. Yet, David was divinely protected, evading harm at every turn. Why? Because David was chosen by God, his life anointed for a higher purpose. Despite Saul's relentless pursuit, it was Saul who ultimately fell victim to his own actions, while David rose to become one of Israel's greatest kings. What can we learn from enduring suffering with unwavering faith? Reflect on the life of Job. He endured unimaginable suffering, yet his unwavering faith in God served as a testament to his spiritual strength. When his friends accused him of wrongdoing, implying that his suffering was deserved, Job remained steadfast. In the end, it was his accusers who were proven wrong, and Job's fortunes were restored tenfold. Job 42:10. This teaches us that the strength required to carry divine light in a broken world comes with challenges that refine us. Have you noticed how life seems to balance the scales when someone wrongs you? You may have seen this pattern in your own life. Perhaps someone betrayed your trust or sought to undermine you, only to face unexpected difficulties themselves. It is not coincidence. It is the divine law of justice at work. As Romans 12:19 reminds us, "Do not take revenge, my dear friends, but leave room for God's wrath. For it is written, "It is mine to avenge, I will repay," says the Lord. Do you recognize how these experiences have shaped you into someone stronger and more connected to God's purpose? If you have ever felt overwhelmed by unfairness or betrayed by those you trusted, remember that God sees all. He stands with you, ensuring that no harm truly prospers against you. Perhaps you too carry this extraordinary light. Perhaps you are one of His chosen ones, called to rise above and trust in His divine justice. Have you ever felt like you can sense more than meets the eye, like you notice details or feelings others seem to miss? Highly sensitive people, HSPs, have a heightened nervous system that allows them to perceive subtleties others overlook. But this sensitivity goes far beyond the physical. It extends to the spiritual. HSPs feel the energy of those around them, intuit people's intentions, and sometimes even foresee events before they unfold. Could this ability be evidence of a deeper spiritual connection, a calling to be an instrument of God in balancing the world? This extraordinary sensitivity is both a blessing and a challenge. It empowers HSPs to be bearers of peace and light, yet it also makes them vulnerable targets for those consumed by envy, hatred, or malice. Have you ever noticed how certain individuals seem to invite unnecessary conflict just by being themselves? Many do not realize that harming a highly sensitive person is like sowing seeds of suffering in their own lives. The Bible teaches us this truth clearly in Galatians 6:7. A man reaps what he sows. When someone attempts to harm one of God's chosen, the evil they intended often rebounds with greater force because these individuals are enveloped in divine light. But why are HSPs often referred to as karma personified? It's not because they seek revenge. In fact, their light repels malice naturally, as if divine justice operates through them without any effort on their part. When treated with love, respect, and kindness, these individuals mirror that energy back tenfold, bringing blessings, peace, and healing. Could it be that the way others treat HSPs is a direct reflection of the divine justice at work in the world? Their sensitivity also makes HSPs remarkable manifestors. They attract goodness, not just for themselves, but for those around them. But beware, if their anger is provoked, it's not just their reaction you face, but the spiritual force that protects them. Think of Elijah in the Bible, whose connection to God was so powerful that when mocked by others, divine justice acted swiftly on his behalf. 2 Kings 2:23-24. Is it possible that the sensitivity of HSPs serves as a channel for God's justice to manifest in our world? HSPs are not merely empathetic or intuitive. They carry something far greater, a direct connection with God. Their spiritual protection is as real as the air we breathe, though invisible to human eyes. In the spiritual realm, this protection is unmistakable. This is why they often find themselves shielded from lasting harm, even when surrounded by negativity. Do you see how this might apply to your own life? Have you experienced moments when, despite attacks or challenges, you emerged stronger, as though unseen hands were guiding and protecting you? Perhaps you are one of these highly sensitive souls, endowed with extraordinary gifts and tasked with a divine purpose. Your connection to God is your greatest strength, and your sensitivity is not a weakness. It is a calling. The world may not always understand you, but remember, your light shines brightest in the spiritual realm where it truly matters. Have you ever heard the saying, "Be careful who you mess with, for you do not know who protects them in the spiritual world"? This phrase perfectly describes highly sensitive people, HSPs, individuals chosen by God to carry a unique spiritual light. Their presence alone disturbs those who walk in darkness because their purity and goodness expose what others would prefer to keep hidden. This light is not just a gift, but also a responsibility, as it serves to fulfill a divine mission in this world. Highly sensitive people possess an extraordinary ability to perceive energies, intentions, and even the truth behind words. Their heightened awareness often allows them to sense danger or opportunity before others. This gift, however, is often misunderstood, with many mistaking their sensitivity for weakness. But God has given them this perception to navigate their mission with precision and care. Have you ever noticed how you can intuitively understand situations that others fail to grasp, as though guided by something greater? The story of Elijah serves as a powerful example of divine protection over those who are chosen. When Elijah fled from danger, feeling alone and vulnerable, God sent angels to sustain him. These messengers provided not only nourishment, but also the strength to continue his sacred work. 1 Kings 19:5-7. In the same way, highly sensitive people are surrounded by an unseen yet ever-present shield of protection. Even when circumstances seem dire, God ensures that his chosen ones can fulfill their purpose without interference. When someone tries to harm these individuals, the harm often rebounds on the perpetrator. This is not due to retaliation by the HSP, but because divine justice is always at work. The Bible reminds us of this in Proverbs 26:27. Whoever digs a pit will fall into it. If someone rolls a stone, it will roll back on them. This spiritual law ensures that no evil can ultimately prevail against God's chosen. Have you ever seen those who sought to harm you face unexpected consequences, as though the universe itself corrected their wrongs? On the other hand, when highly sensitive people are treated with kindness and love, they reflect those blessings back tenfold. Their light magnifies positive energy, making them powerful agents of peace and healing in the world. Their role is not only to absorb the energies around them, but to transform them, creating an atmosphere of hope and restoration. This profound ability to manifest good is a testament to their deep connection with God and their sacred calling. Highly sensitive people walk through life with both extraordinary sensitivity and divine assurance. Though their journey may attract envy or malice, they are never left unprotected. Their sensitivity is not a burden, but a sign of their unique purpose in God's plan. Perhaps your own experiences, your trials, your intuition, and the strength you find in adversity are signs that you too carry this divine light. Chosen one, have you ever reflected on the profound truth of Galatians 6:7? Do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows. This spiritual law is especially evident in the lives of highly sensitive people, HSPs. When someone harms these chosen individuals, they unwittingly sow seeds of their own suffering. God's justice ensures that his chosen ones are never truly defeated, no matter how harsh the attacks against them. Their enemies often face the very consequences they intended for others. This is the beauty of divine justice. It protects those walking in light while ensuring that darkness cannot prevail. What makes highly sensitive people unique is their ability to act as spiritual mirrors. They reflect the energy they receive. When treated with love, respect, and kindness, they magnify that goodness, radiating peace and blessings to those around them. But when targeted with harm or malice, the negativity rebounds to its source. This isn't retaliation, it is the divine law of return. The Bible echoes this principle in Isaiah 54:17. No weapon forged against you will prevail, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you. Isn't it extraordinary to think that such protection operates effortlessly in the lives of God's chosen ones, ensuring that harm cannot prosper against them? Have you ever wondered why highly sensitive people often feel so vulnerable despite being so divinely protected? Their open hearts and deep empathy can make them feel exposed to the harshness of the world. However, This vulnerability is an illusion, for God is actively working behind the scenes to guide and shield them. Take the story of Elijah in 1 Kings 19:5-7. When he fled into the wilderness, overwhelmed and despairing, God sent angels to nourish and strengthen him, ensuring he could continue his sacred mission. In the same way, highly sensitive people are never left without support. Even in their darkest moments, they are enveloped by God's care and provision. Why does the light of highly sensitive people disturb those who live in darkness? Their light, a reflection of God's presence, reveals hidden intentions and brings uncomfortable truths to the surface. This is why envy, hatred, and malice often follow them. They challenge the darkness by simply existing. Yet what their attackers fail to understand is that any harm directed at a chosen one will ultimately rebound upon the sender. Proverbs 26:27 warns, "Whoever digs a pit will fall into it. If someone rolls a stone, it will roll back on them." This divine justice ensures that harm against God's chosen cannot prosper, no matter how strong the attack. Have you noticed how the kindness and love given to highly sensitive people seem to multiply and spread? When these individuals are treated with positivity, their light magnifies those blessings, bringing peace and healing to those around them. They carry an incredible ability to transform environments, turning chaos into calm and despair into hope. This ability isn't just an emotional response, it is a spiritual gift, a direct manifestation of their connection with God. Could it be that your own sensitivity is a sign of your role as a healer, a bringer of light to those in need? Chosen ones, like highly sensitive people, are not chosen by chance. Their emotional depth, heightened perception, and spiritual attunement are intentional gifts from God. These qualities enable them to perceive what others cannot, act with empathy, and bring light into darkness. Even Jesus faced relentless opposition because his light revealed uncomfortable truths. Have you ever felt a similar tension where your presence or insight seemed to unsettle others, not because of what you did, but because of who you are? The journey of a highly sensitive person is not easy, but it is profoundly meaningful. Their sensitivity is not a weakness, but a calling, one that equips them to fulfill their divine purpose. God does not leave them unprotected. He walks beside them, ensuring that no trial is wasted and that every hardship strengthens their connection to Him. As you reflect on your own experiences, could it be that the challenges you've faced are refining you for something greater, something only you can fulfill? Chosen one, your sensitivity is your strength, your light a divine gift to a world in need. The struggles you endure, the empathy you feel, and the justice that unfolds around you are signs of your sacred purpose. Trust in God's protection and remember that He has chosen you for a reason. Chosen one, have you ever felt like your presence in the world serves a greater purpose, as though you were placed here to bring clarity and calm amid chaos? Highly sensitive people, often referred to as God's chosen ones, are like beacons in the midst of life's storms. Their light is not just a personal trait, it is a divine gift that illuminates the path for others. Yet this light often has a dual effect. While it provides guidance and hope for those seeking the truth, it also unsettles and disturbs those who live in darkness. Why does this happen? Because their light reveals truths that many would rather keep hidden, exposing intentions and unmasking the shadows. Could it be that the challenges you face are not a sign of weakness, but a testament to the power of the light you carry? The attacks and challenges that chosen ones face are no accident. They are often the result of their light shining too brightly in spaces where darkness prevails. But here is the beautiful truth. God never calls anyone to a mission without first equipping them with the tools and protection they need. He surrounds his chosen ones with his divine strength, ensuring that no attack can truly prevail against them. This protection is not just a shield, it is also an empowering force that allows them to move forward, even in the face of adversity. The Bible affirms this in Psalm 91:11. For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. Have you ever felt a sense of unseen protection, as though a divine hand was guiding you through situations that seemed impossible? When someone attempts to harm one of God's chosen ones, they are in reality challenging divine justice itself. Galatians 6:7 reminds us, God is not mocked. A man reaps what he sows. These individuals are living reflections of the spiritual law of cause and effect. They do not need to fight their battles alone because God fights for them. This truth is exemplified in the story of Moses and the Israelites crossing the Red Sea. When Pharaoh's army pursued them, it wasn't Moses who defeated the Egyptians. It was God, parting the sea and then closing it behind his people to destroy their enemies. Exodus 14:21-28. Similarly, God's chosen ones do not need to retaliate. His justice is swift and precise. Could it be that your own experiences of vindication are proof that God is already fighting battles on your behalf? The role of chosen ones extends far beyond their own lives. They carry light not just for themselves, but for the world around them. Their presence elevates spiritual vibrations, transforms environments, and provides inspiration to those who are lost. Have you ever walked into a room and felt the energy shift as though your presence brought peace or clarity to those around you? This is no coincidence. It is the light you carry, a light that cannot be ignored, even when you wish to go unnoticed. This light acts as a divine tool, bringing balance to places filled with discord and hope to spaces clouded by despair. Why are these individuals sometimes called living miracles? It is because their actions, even the simplest ones, ripple outward with transformative power. Their kindness heals wounds, their empathy bridges divides, and their sensitivity helps them sense what others cannot. This light is not physical, but spiritual, reflecting their direct connection to God. It is as if their souls are tuned to a higher frequency, one that allows them to perceive truths and act with profound wisdom. Have you ever noticed how your intuition often leads you to make choices that positively impact others, even when you didn't realize the full significance at the time? The reason these chosen ones are sometimes called karma personified lies in the divine justice that automatically operates in their lives. Whatever is done to them, whether good or bad, returns to the sender. This is not because they seek revenge. It is simply the natural unfolding of God's law. Jesus teaches us in Matthew 5:16, "Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." This instruction is not just a moral guideline, it is an affirmation of the power and responsibility of the chosen ones to use their light wisely. Their light, by its very nature, is transformative, bringing clarity to the lost and elevating the spiritual vibration of everyone they encounter. The journey of the chosen ones is not an easy one, but it is profoundly purposeful. Their light acts as a guide, a source of strength, and a force for transformation. Yet, because of this light, they often attract resistance from those who prefer to remain in the shadows. Envy, hatred, and malice are frequent companions on their path, but these obstacles only serve to refine them. God's chosen ones are not meant to be overcome by darkness. Their light is indomitable because it is not of this world. It is a reflection of God's presence. Could the trials you've faced be refining your light, preparing you for an even greater mission? Chosen one, the light you carry is a divine gift, a tool for healing, transformation, and balance in a world often consumed by chaos. Every challenge you endure, every moment of empathy you offer, and every act of kindness you perform is part of a greater mission. You are not walking this path alone. God's presence is with you, guiding, protecting, and empowering you every step of the way. Trust in the purpose for which you were chosen, and let your light shine brightly, knowing that you are fulfilling the mission God has entrusted to you. Chosen one, highly sensitive people have an extraordinary ability to uplift those around them, creating an atmosphere of peace and comfort wherever they go. This effect is not merely a coincidence or a natural charisma. It stems from the divine presence they carry within them. Have you ever noticed how some people seem inexplicably drawn to you, as if your presence provides them with something they didn't know they needed? These individuals are vessels of God's light, and their spiritual connection radiates in ways that profoundly impact others. People often cannot explain why they feel so at ease or inspired in their presence, but the answer lies in the spiritual realm. Yet, this same light that brings comfort to those seeking truth also unsettles those living in darkness. Their radiance exposes hidden intentions, revealing what others would prefer to keep concealed. While many people are drawn to the kindness and empathy of highly sensitive individuals, others feel threatened by their presence. Those who harbor envy, hatred, or malice often react negatively to the light these individuals carry. Yet, amidst this tension, sensitive people may wonder, how does God's light within them bring peace to some while exposing the darkness in others? This is not a reflection of the chosen one's actions, but rather a response to the mirror they hold up to others' souls. Their light lays bare insecurities, dishonesty, and hidden motives, creating discomfort for those who prefer to remain in shadows. This is why sensitive people often become targets of criticism, gossip, or even outright harm. Those who attempt to harm a chosen one unknowingly bring harm upon themselves. Isn't it extraordinary to think that God's justice works so seamlessly, ensuring that no harm can prevail against His chosen ones? The divine protection surrounding highly sensitive people is not something they control or wield. It is a manifestation of God's justice. Galatians 6:7 tells us, "Do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows." This truth is evident in the lives of the chosen ones. Any harm directed at them returns to the sender, often with greater force. This is not a matter of vengeance or retaliation. It is the natural outworking of the spiritual law of cause and effect. The concept of karma is deeply tied to this divine justice. Have you ever seen the spiritual law of cause and effect play out in your life, where kindness brought blessings or harm was neutralized without your intervention? It is not about luck or coincidence, but about accountability and balance. Those who act with malice toward a chosen one are sowing seeds of their own suffering, while those who uplift them are planting blessings for themselves. Proverbs 26:27 reminds us, "Whoever digs a pit will fall into it. If someone rolls a stone, it will roll back on them." This spiritual truth ensures that the chosen ones can focus on their mission without fear of defeat, knowing that God's justice will prevail. Despite the challenges they face, highly sensitive people are not left vulnerable. Could it be that this same divine shield is what carries you through the challenges and threats you face? God's protection surrounds them at all times, guarding their path and ensuring their light continues to shine. Even when they feel exposed or overwhelmed, they are never truly alone. God places a spiritual shield around them, deflecting harm and providing strength in moments of weakness. Think of the story of Daniel in the lion's den, Daniel 6:16-23. Despite being thrown into a pit with hungry lions, Daniel remained unharmed because of God's protection. The light carried by highly sensitive people is transformative, creating ripples of positive change wherever they go. How does it feel to know that even your smallest gestures might carry the power to change someone's life? This light is not physical, but spiritual, reflecting their deep connection to God. It elevates the energy of the spaces they enter, bringing hope to the weary and clarity to the confused. Even their smallest acts of kindness can have profound effects, touching lives in ways they may never fully understand. Jesus spoke of this light in Matthew 5:16. "Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." The challenges faced by highly sensitive people are not without purpose. Could it be that your own struggles are part of God's plan to prepare you for an even greater purpose, one that only you can fulfill? Their trials refine them, strengthening their connection to God and sharpening their ability to fulfill their mission. While they may attract resistance from those who live in darkness, their light is a beacon of hope for those seeking truth. The attacks they endure are not signs of weakness, but proof of the power they carry. Chosen. 1. The light within you is both a gift and a responsibility. Trust in the protection that surrounds you, and know that every challenge you face is part of a divine plan. Your presence is not accidental, it is purposeful, and your light is a reflection of the Creator who walks beside you. Embrace your mission, for you were chosen not to hide your light, but to let it shine brightly in a world that desperately needs it. Chosen one. God's protection over His chosen ones is unshakable. Those who try to harm them ultimately face the consequences of their own actions. These individuals are like spiritual mirrors, reflecting back the energy they receive. When treated with love, respect and kindness, they respond with light, peace and blessings. However, if harm is directed toward them, the negativity rebounds to its source. This is the essence of karma in the lives of highly sensitive people. They do not fight their battles alone. God fights for them. Consider the story of David and Saul. Despite Saul's relentless pursuit to harm him, David was continually protected by God. Psalm 105:15 echoes this truth. "Do not touch my anointed ones. Do my prophets no harm." Have you ever felt as though unseen forces were working to protect you from those who meant you harm? This is the divine assurance that surrounds God's anointed ones. Karma is not merely a shield for protection, it is also a tool for spiritual growth and reflection. Those who seek to harm a highly sensitive person often experience challenges or hardships, not as punishment, but as a means of self-awareness and transformation. God's intention is never to cause suffering, but to encourage growth through the natural consequences of one's actions. At the same time, those who treat these individuals with love and respect receive blessings in return. Their sensitivity allows them to manifest good for themselves and others, transforming their surroundings with harmony, hope, and peace. As Proverbs 3:33 reminds us, "The Lord's curse is on the house of the wicked, but He blesses the home of the righteous." Have you noticed how the kindness you extend to others often returns to you in unexpected and beautiful ways? This is the spiritual reciprocity that governs the lives of God's chosen ones. Highly sensitive people are anointed by God to fulfill a higher purpose. Their role is not simply to endure the trials of life, but to be instruments of divine light, spreading healing and balance in a chaotic world. Their ability to sense and transform the energy of their surroundings is a testament to their divine mission. Wherever they go, they bring hope to the hopeless, harmony to chaos, and inspiration to the lost. This is not an easy path, as their light often attracts criticism, envy, and attacks. Yet, even in these moments, they are never alone. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear Him, and He delivers them. Psalm 34:7. Have you ever felt a sense of peace amid adversity, as though an unseen hand was guiding and supporting you? This is the unmistakable presence of God, walking with you every step of the way. If you're one of these individuals, your light is a divine gift. It is not just a trait, but a calling, a responsibility to reflect God's love and justice in the world. Even in the face of criticism, attacks, or injustices, remember that you are deeply protected. God surrounds you with angels, shielding you from harm and guiding you toward your purpose. For those who know someone like this, it is crucial to treat them with love and respect. Their presence is not accidental, it is divinely orchestrated, and wherever they go, God's light shines through them. Could it be that someone in your life who radiates calm and clarity is a chosen one, sent to illuminate your path? Never underestimate the power of a highly sensitive person. To harm them is to challenge divine justice itself. The Bible teaches us that everything we do, whether good or bad, returns to us. This spiritual law is not about punishment but about accountability, ensuring that goodness is rewarded and harm is neutralized. Bless these individuals and you will be blessed. But if harm is directed toward them, the consequences are unavoidable. These chosen ones are protected by God, surrounded by angels, and guided by a higher calling that transcends human understanding. Their light is a beacon in a dark world, a reflection of the Creator's love and justice. Chosen one, embrace the power of your light and the purpose for which you were created. Trust in God's protection and know that your presence in this world is not by chance. You were chosen to illuminate, to inspire, and to bring balance to a world in need. Your trials are not in vain. They are refining you for a greater mission. Walk confidently in the assurance that God fights for you, and let your light shine boldly for His glory. Chosen one. Being chosen by God is one of the greatest honors you can receive, but it is also accompanied by immense responsibility. Your spiritual light, your sense of positivity, and your ability to manifest change in the world are divine gifts. However, like any gift, they require understanding, care, and intentional use. Many chosen ones notice early in life that their emotions and thoughts seem to have a profound impact, not only on their own lives, but also on the people and spaces around them. Have you ever walked into a room and felt like your mood could shift the atmosphere, either lifting it up or darkening it depending on what you were feeling? This is no coincidence. The spiritual power you carry is a direct connection to God's creative energy, and it reflects His trust in you to use it wisely. In the spiritual realm, this phenomenon is known as the law of vibration. Everything in existence vibrates at a specific frequency, from the smallest particles to the largest galaxies. As spiritual beings, we also vibrate, and our vibrations are determined by our thoughts, emotions, and actions. For God's chosen ones, this vibration is exceptionally potent, carrying the ability to influence their surroundings in profound ways. When you hold faith, love, and positivity in your heart, your vibration resonates at a high frequency, attracting blessings and opportunities. Jesus emphasized this truth in Mark 11:24. Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. Faith is not merely a passive belief, it is an active force that aligns your vibrations with God's will, enabling miracles to manifest in your life. Have you noticed moments when your faith and belief seem to transform an impossible situation into something beautiful and full of hope? However, this immense power to manifest blessings comes with a challenge. Just as love and faith can bring about positive changes, emotions like fear, anger, and guilt can attract negative outcomes. This duality requires the chosen ones to practice self-awareness and intentionality in their thoughts and emotions. The Bible offers this wisdom in Proverbs 4:23. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Your heart, the seat of your emotions and intentions, acts as a spiritual beacon, sending vibrations into the universe that shape your reality. How often do you take time to reflect on your thoughts and feelings, ensuring they align with the divine purpose God has placed within you? The ability to control your spiritual power begins with understanding that your thoughts are not passive, they are creative forces. When you focus on love, peace, and gratitude, you align your vibrations with God's energy, allowing blessings to flow into your life. Conversely, when you dwell on fear, resentment, or doubt, you disrupt this harmony and attract challenges that reflect those vibrations. This is not a punishment, but a natural consequence of the spiritual laws God has woven into creation. Do you ever find yourself battling negative thoughts? And if so, how might you redirect them to reflect the faith and light you carry? Prayer, meditation, and gratitude are powerful tools for maintaining this alignment and ensuring your spiritual energy remains a force for good. The responsibility of controlling your spiritual power is immense, but it is not something you must navigate alone. God equips His chosen ones with the tools, strength, and guidance they need to grow and learn. Through faith, you can master the art of channeling your emotions and thoughts in alignment with God's will. Philippians 4:8 provides a roadmap for this process. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. This verse serves as a reminder to focus on the positive, aligning your heart and mind with God's goodness. Can you imagine how your life might transform if your thoughts consistently reflected truth, love, and gratitude? Being chosen means walking a path of intentionality and faith. It is not always easy, but it is always meaningful. Your thoughts are not just private musings, they are instruments of creation, shaping the reality you experience and influencing the lives of those around you. This responsibility may feel daunting at times, but remember that God's trust in you is greater than your doubts. Have you ever paused to consider the profound impact your mindset and energy have on the people and spaces around you? Every thought, every emotion, and every prayer is an opportunity to reflect the light within you and honor the purpose for which you were chosen. Chosen one, your spiritual power is a gift of incredible magnitude, connecting you directly to God's creative energy. It allows you to manifest blessings, transform environments, and inspire others. Yet with great power comes the need for great discipline. Faith is not just believing, it is trusting God's plan, even when circumstances seem uncertain. It is the conscious choice to focus on love, peace, and gratitude, knowing that your vibrations carry the potential to bring light into even the darkest spaces. Trust in God's guidance and let your thoughts and emotions reflect the divine purpose for which you were created. Chosen one, practice gratitude. This simple yet profound practice holds immense power in the spiritual realm. Gratitude is one of the highest vibrations you can emit, a divine frequency that aligns your spirit with the abundance of God's love and blessings. When you cultivate gratitude, even for the small, seemingly insignificant things, you create a ripple effect that draws more blessings into your life. Have you ever noticed how, when you focus on the good, more good seems to come your way? This is no coincidence. It is the law of vibration at work. Gratitude raises your frequency, making you a magnet for God's abundance and grace. The Bible reinforces the importance of gratitude in 1 Thessalonians 5:18. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. Gratitude is not limited to moments of joy or success. It is a practice for every season of life. In moments of abundance, gratitude deepens your connection to God, reminding you of the source of all blessings. In times of difficulty, gratitude acts as a beacon of light, shifting your perspective from despair to hope. What would happen if you began to thank God not only for the blessings you understand, but also for the challenges that refine you? Every day, take a moment to pause and give thanks. Thank God for the air you breathe, the food you eat, the people you love, and the opportunities to grow. Even in the midst of trials, search for something to be grateful for. A lesson learned, strength gained, or the simple fact that you have endured. Gratitude in adversity is one of the most powerful acts of faith, for it declares your trust in God's plan even when you cannot yet see the outcome. As Psalm 104 encourages us, enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him and praise his name. Could it be that gratitude is the key that unlocks the gates to deeper communion with God? Gratitude is not just an emotion. It is a spiritual practice that elevates your vibration and strengthens your connection with the Creator. When you thank God for what you have, you are affirming your faith in his ability to provide, protect, and guide you. This faith becomes a foundation for manifesting blessings in your life as your heart aligns with God's abundance. Do you take moments each day to reflect on God's goodness and express your thanks, even for the smallest gifts? These moments of gratitude are seeds of faith planted in the soil of your soul, destined to grow into greater blessings. Chosen one, let gratitude be your guiding light. Make it a daily practice to find reasons to be thankful, no matter the circumstances. By doing so, you will not only elevate your vibration, but also strengthen your trust in God's perfect timing and plan. Gratitude transforms your perspective, allowing you to see challenges as opportunities and blessings as evidence of God's love. Embrace this practice, for in gratitude, you will find peace, joy, and an unshakable connection to the one who has chosen you. Learn to say no. As a highly sensitive person, your empathy and compassion may drive you to help everyone around you. Your heart longs to heal, uplift, and guide others. But it's important to remember a vital truth. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Constantly giving of yourself without taking time to replenish your spirit can leave you feeling spiritually, emotionally, and even physically drained. Have you ever noticed how, after giving so much to others, you feel depleted and disconnected from your own peace? This is a clear sign that it's time to prioritize self-care and renewal. Taking care of yourself is not selfish, it is necessary. In fact, it is a spiritual discipline. Jesus himself recognized the importance of stepping away from the demands of others to rest, pray, and reconnect with the Father. Luke chapter 5:16 tells us, "But Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed." If even Jesus, the Son of God, needed time alone to recharge his strength and commune with the Father, how much more do we? Do you take moments in your day to step away from the noise and responsibilities, to find solitude and reconnect with God? These moments are essential for maintaining your spiritual health and fulfilling your divine purpose. Saying no can feel difficult, especially when your heart is moved by the needs of those around you. But remember that you are not called to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. God is the ultimate healer, provider, and guide. It is not your job to fix everything or everyone. When you say no, you are not rejecting others. You are honoring the boundaries that allow you to serve with strength and clarity. Have you considered that by saying no to some requests, you might be saying yes to God's higher purpose for your life? Taking time to care for yourself allows you to serve from a place of abundance rather than exhaustion. Rest is not a luxury, it is a commandment. In Exodus 34:21, God declares, 6 days you shall labor, but on the seventh day you shall rest. Rest is part of God's design for creation, a rhythm that restores and renews us. When you honor your need for rest, you align yourself with this divine rhythm, allowing God to refill your spirit and prepare you for the work ahead. Could it be that your moments of rest and prayer are just as vital to your mission as the acts of service you perform for others. Chosen one, give yourself permission to step back when necessary. Prioritize time for prayer, solitude, and renewal, knowing that these moments are not just for your benefit, but for the benefit of those you are called to serve. When you're rested and spiritually replenished, your light shines brighter, your strength grows, and your ability to fulfill your mission is magnified. Trust that saying no when needed is not a weakness. It is wisdom. It allows you to continue walking the path God has set before you, with the energy and faith needed to carry out His will. Chosen one, use your power to bless. As someone chosen by God, you carry the extraordinary ability to manifest blessings, not only in your own life, but also in the lives of others. This power is a gift, a sacred responsibility that must be used wisely. When you speak words of life, healing, and prosperity over those around you, you are acting as a vessel for God's love and grace. Have you ever noticed how your words can uplift someone, bringing comfort, hope, or even transformation in their darkest moments? This is no coincidence. Proverbs 18:21 reminds us, "The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit." Your words hold incredible spiritual power, capable of creating change and manifesting blessings. Praying for others and declaring God's promises over their lives is one of the most profound ways to use this power. When you pray, you align yourself with God's will, allowing His blessings to flow through you and into the lives of others. Each time you declare healing, peace, or provision over someone, you are not only helping them, but also strengthening your connection with God. Have you considered how your prayers for others might be the key to unlocking blessings in your own life? This creates a cycle of blessings, where the goodness you give returns to you in abundance. But remember, this power must be wielded with care and intentionality. The words you choose to speak, whether in blessing or in haste, have the ability to shape the spiritual atmosphere around you. As James 3:10 warns, "Out of the same mouth come praise and cursing. My brothers and sisters, this should not be." Use your words as instruments of light and love, ensuring that what you speak aligns with the purpose for which God has called you. Could it be that the blessings you seek in your own life are waiting to flow through the words you speak over others? Trust in God's timing. As a chosen one, it is natural to feel the weight of your mission, the urgency to bring healing, balance, and light to the world around you. However, it is crucial to remember that God's work unfolds in His perfect timing. Ecclesiastes 3:1 reminds us, "There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens." This divine truth calls us to release the pressure of immediate resolution and to trust in the timing of the Creator. Have you ever found that in hindsight, God's timing was far better than what you had initially hoped for? Trusting in God's timing requires surrender. It is the act of placing your dreams, worries, and fears into His hands and allowing Him to work in ways that surpass human understanding. This surrender is not a sign of giving up, but of profound faith, acknowledging that God's plan is infinitely greater than ours. When you release control, you make room for God's miracles to unfold. Do you find peace in the idea that, while you may not see the full picture, God is already orchestrating something beautiful in your life? This trust in divine timing also cultivates patience, a fruit of the Spirit that deepens your relationship with God. In moments of waiting, God is often working behind the scenes, preparing you for what is to come. Isaiah 40:30 verse 31, Isaiah 31, offers a promise to those who trust in Him. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Could it be that the waiting season you are experiencing is not a delay, but a preparation for something greater than you can imagine? Chosen one, trust. that everything in your life is unfolding according to God's divine plan. His timing is perfect, even when it feels slow to us. By surrendering your need for control, you allow Him to work miracles, both in your life and in the lives of those around you. Embrace the peace that comes from trusting His timing, knowing that each step, each delay, and each breakthrough is part of His greater purpose for you. Chosen one, karma is not only a spiritual law of cause and effect, it is also a tool for growth and transformation. For highly sensitive people, this law serves as both a mirror and a guide, reflecting the energy they project and inviting them to align more deeply with God's will. As chosen ones, you carry the power to attract what you focus on. When you allow fear, anger, or guilt to take hold, you may inadvertently manifest challenges in your life. But when you trust in God, maintain unwavering faith, and align your thoughts and emotions with His divine purpose, you open the door to blessings and miracles. This shows that karma is not simply about punishment or reward. It is God's invitation to rise above, to learn, and to grow in His light. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you experienced karma at work in your life? Have there been moments when you noticed how something you did, whether kind or hurtful, came back to you in a way that taught you a lesson or affirmed your faith? Share your experiences in the comments below. Together, we can reflect on how to use this powerful spiritual law as a tool for learning, for aligning ourselves with God's purpose, and for planting seeds of love, kindness, and faith in our everyday lives. As we conclude, I want to thank you for joining me on this journey of reflection and spiritual growth. Your light, your sensitivity, and your faith are not just gifts, they are powerful tools for changing the world around you. Never underestimate the impact of your presence and the blessings you bring to others. May God bless you abundantly and guide your path. May He fill your heart with peace, your mind with clarity, and your spirit with strength. Trust that you are deeply loved and divinely protected, chosen for a purpose far greater than you can imagine. Go forward with faith, knowing that every seed of light and love you plant will return to you in blessings, both seen and unseen. You are chosen, and you are never alone. May you walk confidently in your calling, trusting in God's perfect timing and His unending grace.